Hey there, folks. I hope you're having a good day today. I'm going to be reviewing Scream 7. It was released in theaters February 27th, 2026. I've only watched the first Scream movie, so I was surprised that they were releasing a seventh installment. Sometimes I like to view a movie without the context of the prior movies just to see if it's able to be viewed by new audiences or if it's something that can only be viewed by the core fans. So I wanted to see how well Scream does in that respect. Scream 7 refers heavily to previous movies in the franchise, specifically the first movie. I'm going to give a short synopsis of the plot to explain what I mean, and then I'm going to go into my analysis. There's going to be light spoilers in this movie. I'm not going to spoil the entirety, especially the ending. But in order to talk about some things in the synopsis, I'm going to be spoiling parts of the movie. The movie starts with a couple visiting Stu Matcher's house in Woodsboro from the original Scream movie. Stu was one of the two Ghostface killers in that movie. The murder house has been turned into an attraction. In universe, the events of the killings have been turned into a movie franchise called Stab. The couple that go to the house, the boyfriend is a fan of the Stab franchise. It's here that we first get the illusion that Stu from that first movie may not be dead. Turns out, there's a new Ghostface, and he kills the couple before burning the house down. After the title shows up, we cut to Tatum, who I'd consider the protagonist of the movie. She's the daughter of Sidney Prescott, the protagonist of the first Scream movie. She has moved to a small town called Pine Grove and has married a police chief named Mark Evans, taking on her new surname, Sidney Evans. Sidney apparently has 3 kids, but we only spend time in the film with Tatum. Their relationship is strained because Tatum feels too sheltered. Sidney owns a coffee shop and she serves coffee to a dude who has the aura of a discount Stu. Later, Sidney gets a FaceTime from Stu. His face is scarred to represent the damage done to him in the first Scream movie. He taunts Sidney by telling her he's outside the Tatum School Theater right now, where Tatum is rehearsing for a school play. Sidney rushes to her daughter, but by the time they get there, Ghostface has already killed 2 students. He escapes, and the Evans return home to gather their belongings before fleeing town. But whilst this is happening, they are attacked by Ghostface. The altercation ends up outside when Ghostface is conveniently run over by Gale Weathers, a news reporter and another main character from the original Scream movie. They unmask Ghostface, and it turns out that it was Discount Stu from the coffee shop earlier. Case closed, except there's another whole hour left in the movie, so probably not actually. Sidney and Gale, who I like to call the Wonder Twins, go to the nearest mental institution where they obtain info about Discount Stu, and that's where the supervisor recognizes a picture of Stu as a recently released mental patient. Ghostface attacks Mark, and now he's out of the picture. Gale's assistants, Mindy and Chad, want to suss out the suspect, so all of Tatum's friends gather at her friend's parents' restaurant. And the Wonder Twins at the same time try to bait Stu out into calling them by hosting an interview live on air, but it doesn't work at first. Then, after the cameras cut, Stu calls them, telling them that he's outside the restaurant. So Sidney becomes suspicious of her boyfriend when she finds deep fake videos of Stu on his laptop and flees before running into Ghostface. From here, he chases her into her mom's coffee shop, where she manages to defend herself thanks to coaching by her mom. It is revealed that there's another Ghostface, and they manage to kidnap Tatum and hold her hostage at her house. Both Ghostface killers unmask themselves before a climactic conclusion. So moving on from the synopsis, I want to talk about the narrative for a moment. I find this story generally compelling. The first movie was kind of a commentary on horror movies and the state of like the industry at the time. I believe that the other movies are like that, although I can't say because I haven't seen them. But this movie is also going into that focus. It's focusing on nostalgia. So we're directing a lot of the focus on the original Scream movie and the characters from that movie. And I feel like this is a commentary from the movie on the current state of the horror industry and the movie industry in general. Overall, I thought the movie was clever with its writing at times, but generic and passable at others. Matthew Willard, aka Shaggy / William Afton, is always fun to watch perform. So wrapping up my analysis, I'm going to talk about the cinematography and the soundtrack, the sound design. I think they're both similar in a way that they're doing the industry standard, and that's not to say that the shots and the sound design are bad, but they don't stand out generally. There are some cool moments like the Dutch angle shot of Ghostface walking down the street, and I think there's definitely some other cool visual flares. In an audio sense, I don't think that like it stands out, but I think that's more so that it brings you in to try and immerse you with certain audio cues. So I think that the cinematography and the sound design are effective in that case, but generally just effective and not outstanding. So in conclusion, I give the movie a 7 out of 10. I think that the movie does a lot of things right, but I don't appreciate some of the narrative choices that I feel that are made, which is why I give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's anything exceptional. I think it's worth the time if you want to watch it, but I don't think it's like a super standout movie. That's just my opinion though. I appreciate you for your time, and thank you for watching.